Hey guys, Martin here, bringing another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we got this update in the news yesterday about the new stage for the Buu Saga Red Zone. No real information is given other than just the information that a new enemy will show up. But obviously with the banner art here showing the BUUHAN, the art for the TUR Int BUUHAN, obviously the stage is going to be versus him. We don't know what the format will be. We talked about on the podcast last night, Minato saying potentially it will be something like Buu Tanks and then Buu Piccolo and then BUUHAN, maybe 3 stages. The ones that we've had so far have been a multi-stage, sort of longer one with the Barbadese forces. Then we had the 2-stage Super Buu with the AoE Super. So a 3-stage one seems like it would be pretty good. It could, of course, end up being a single stage with just BUUHAN, which will be interesting. Hopefully, if they do that, it's not one of those gimmicky ones like the Vegito Blue sort of stage or the Kaioken Blue Goku from the anniversary stuff, where it's just the one phase with a lot of HP, but you can be like attack lowered and stuff, which obviously makes it sort of a bit more of a gimmick. Kind of restricts some of the units that you can use and prioritizes others. I'm not a huge fan of that style of stage, but still remains to be seen when this will be. Now, interestingly, this was only announced on Global, so it seems odd that this was put into the news so early, because as always, when stuff is being added into a new event, you can see here there is the preparation period. The event will be unavailable from the following date while they update it, right? So this starts from Monday the 13th. BST is British Standard Time, right? So Monday morning. This video is going out on Saturday. So we'll still be able to play the Buu Saga Red Zone today and tomorrow. But then as of Monday morning, the event goes down. And usually when this happens, it's for about a day or two, right? So the new stage should come out either Tuesday morning or Wednesday morning. With the actual BUUHAN stage. That will be stage 3. As you can see, we only have the 2 stages so far, Barbadese Forces and Super Buu. Now, when it comes to the Red Zone, I've seen a lot of people say that, like, oh, no Kid Buu stage or anything like that. But remember that the Golden Week celebration is still ongoing for some time, right? We should get this new stage on Tuesday or Wednesday. We should get the Part 2 LR dropping around the same time as well. And then the celebration still carries on for most of the rest of this month, right? The next Dokkan Fest or the next celebration usually doesn't drop until the very end of May or like first couple of days of June. So I would not be surprised if we get this stage now and then we get 1 or even 2 at the same time drop an extra week or 2 from now to be the final stages, because no other Red Zone other than the Heroes one has only had 3 stages. And it seems very strange for this one to be specifically like marketed and titled and everything as the Buu Saga Red Zone and then just end with BUUHAN, right? Now, one thing I have seen people suggest, of course, is they did do this with the Movie Bosses 2 Red Zone on JP, where the stages started coming out and then for the anniversary, the final 2 stages came out. But there wasn't still a huge amount of time between the 2. And considering with the way the content is being laid out at the moment, Global's going to go into most likely Frieza, then the LR Ginyu Force, and then the anniversary. And JP will be going into the Tanabata. So unless Tanabata is also Buu Saga, and then they're releasing the last stages then, it seems very unlikely that they wouldn't just release all the stages for this Red Zone now, right, as part of this celebration. Because whilst Tanabata will be next on JP, we don't know what's going on with Tanabata on Global. It could be that they just make them same time and Global doesn't get Frieza and Ginyu until after the anniversary, which would be very interesting, but also would be kind of disappointing for Global players in a way, because whilst getting the same time stuff is hype, it's just yet another thing coming out before the anniversary to tempt you to spend your stones on. So I think the next stage is going to be out, like I say, in the next couple of days, and then the final stages will release within the next week or 2 after this, and that will complete the Majin Buu Saga Red Zone before the end of this celebration. Because the thing that was strange about this appearing in Global news this early is with the preparation period not starting until Monday, they usually don't put this in the news quite as early as they did. And we know there's a couple of other things coming up that will be in the data download. If we switch over to the wiki view here, we're getting this event, the like Muscle Tower event, coming out probably around the same time. It'll be in the data download. We'll know for sure whether it's Tuesday or Wednesday. It's just a couple of stages of a story event, so just some free, easy to get stones here by smashing through these stages. You do also get a support memory. I should open this up because I actually forgot to look what this one does, but we get the Android 8 support memory, and then there's also this weird farmable card for the BUUHAN, who, just by reading his kit, I didn't look at him at all when he came out on JP, but this is such a weird unit. He gets key 2 attack and defense 240%, which is quite a decent high number, 50% damage reduction. He gets an extra 240% attack and all enemies attack and defense minus 24% after receiving an attack. So that all seems really good. Then after he receives 7 or more attacks, on the next turn he gets sealed, although it is once only. But then from that turn onwards he gets minus 20% damage reduction. So he loses some of his damage reduction after receiving 10 or more attacks. The next attacking turn he gets stunned. And then he also nullifies Ki Blast super attacks when HP is 50% or higher. So he has a very odd kit. He gets a lot worse as the event goes on, which is strange. But I mean, I guess he could be okay for a free-to-play unit. Although he's only on Dragon Ball Saga and Terrifying Conquerors, and his links are very odd. More Than Meets the Eye, Tough as Nails, Red Ribbon Army, Thirst for Conquest. Obviously, Thirst for Conquest is good. Incredible Adventure Guidance to Dragon Ball, Shattering the Limit. So like, outside of a Dragon Ball Saga team, he's massively going to struggle with links. So this is a very odd unit. I don't even remember anyone talking about him when he came out on JP. But yeah, he'll be a free-to-play farmable unit available with this new event that comes out. And then, of course, the big thing that we should see with the data download is the actual information and release date for the Part 2 LR. So I've already done a video speculating about who the Part 2 LR could be. Just taking a look back here at the list of potential Majin Buu Saga characters. I think now, after everything that's been going on, the EZAs that we've gotten, the discussion we had on the podcast last night, I think the two most likely options is that we're either going to get a new Ultimate Gohan. I think Ultimate Gohan stands a really good chance of being the Part 2 LR. That would be great for, of course, the Tech Gohan. Now, unfortunately, Part 2 LR almost certainly will be a yellow coin unless they decide to change it to a carnival this year. So unfortunately, it means we won't get a new 200% leader for Tech Gohan, which I know a lot of us really want to see. But a new yellow coin LR Gohan will be really, really good for Tech Gohan. And the Buu Saga team in general, right? Depending on what sort of role they decide to give him, whether he's going to be support, a tank, big damage dealer. Regardless, it'll be very good for the Buu Saga team. And then, of course, the other big option is getting a new Buu, which I think is either going to be, we're going to complete the meme, we'll finally die, the prophecy will be finished, we will get LR Kid Buu, or we get an LR BUUHAN. If the LR is going to massively buff the Buu team, then Kid Buu or BUUHAN are probably the go-to options. I have actually seen someone mention the idea of getting like buff Buu that transforms into Kid Buu. Because obviously this Tech one is like the only buff Buu that we have in the game. He's super outdated now. He's a decent link partner for like Kid Buus and things like that. So maybe buff Buu into Kid Buu. I definitely couldn't see it being just a standalone buff Buu. Or well, South Supreme Kai Absorbed is his actual name, right? Now the interesting thing about the Kid Buu or BUUHAN is that we have the super EZA potential, right? So let's say we get LR Kid Buu, we could get a super EZA for Int BUUHAN. And then if we get an LR BUUHAN, we could get a super EZA for physical Kid Buu. So we could be getting massive buffs for that Buu team. Because remember, there should be, hopefully, at least one EZA in Part 2 as well. It won't just be the Part 2 LR. Hopefully we get some EZAs too. So I guess it would be nice to balance the LR and the EZA, I suppose, but for the two different teams rather than them both being Buu buffs. So we could get Ultima Gohan and still get either the Kid Buu or the Int BUUHAN Super EZA, or we could get an LR Kid Buu and a BUUHAN, and then the EZAs wouldn't have to necessarily be a Super EZA, of course. The EZAs could be for some of the super class characters, like the there's a whole bunch of these banner units that they could do one big Extreme Z battle for, like the Super Saiyan Saiyaman, the Int Hercule, there's the physical Dabura, the physical Tien. There's a lot of characters that could be EZA'd in one sort of big Buu Saga Extreme Z battle, which I think would be very good. So hopefully We will find out a lot of this information when the data download hits, which will be as early as tomorrow. And from the data download, we should see the details for the BUUHAN stage, the global event for the Muscle Tower thing, and then, of course, the Part 2 LR. They should be in that data download. So potentially, to get ahead of the download or around the same time, because I guess the download does come out first usually, they might actually tweet the LR details tomorrow, potentially. So obviously, we'll have to wait and see. But let me know what you guys think down below. What are you expecting from the BUUHAN Red Zone? What are you expecting from the Red Zone in general? Do you think BUUHAN is actually going to be the final stage? Will we get a couple more? Who will the last boss be? Kid Buu? I know Minato has the theory of it being Oob, which could be kind of cool. And then, yeah, let me know your thoughts about the Part 2 LR as well. But hopefully, we should know all of this information as early as tomorrow morning. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store. And I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.